I mean, Danny, now that the season is officially over, just your general thoughts on your team.
Well, I felt like the team played great this year. It was fun. It was a really good group of guys to be around day in and day out. You know, it was a very disappointing loss yesterday. I think that the further you go in the playoffs, the harder it is to lose. And, you know, what was interesting about yesterday's game is I felt like it was, you know, one of the playoff games that we lost that we should have won. And so that's gonna eat at all of us for a while. And hopefully, like Brad said, that pain that you feel from losing is part of the growth that we need to take to become a great team.
Aaron Baines talked about how when he was in San Antonio, they suffered a similar setback, and that seemed to propel them to a title the following year. What do you, just your general thoughts on whether this group has that capability to use this as fuel, incentive, however you want to call it, going forward?
Yeah, so I've been meeting with the players this morning, and you know, just it hurts, and I feel you know, knowing each one of the players, I do think it will propel them. Yeah, I think that they're just made that way. We have a really good group of guys.
Danny, what did you learn about, or did you learn anything about this team during this playoff run, and will this run really impact anything you do heading into this summer?
I don't think so. I don't think it'll change. I mean, at this time last year, I couldn't have said that we were going to have 11 new players off the team that just won 53 games and won a playoff round, and you know, but you just don't know what opportunities present themselves. But I like this group of guys. We're not looking to make changes other than just small tweaks here and there to our roster. But we really do like this core group of guys, and we have all year.
You have a handful of guys that will be free agents, Aaron Baines among them. Just your thoughts on what he was able to give you guys this year, and whether he's a guy that, you know, when you look at your short-term, long-term vision, is he a guy that's in consideration to be part of that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we really like Aaron's contribution this year. He's just a great teammate. He takes a lot of pressure off of Al. Plays all the tough guys. Brings consistent energy day in and day out to practice and to the games, and you know, he was a really big part of our team this year.
After doing what you've done to acquire Kyrie, I mean, how much did you miss him in the postseason? It's no disrespect to who's out there, but I would imagine, you know, that's what he was brought here for, a playoff run.
Yeah, I
did you
mean,
miss him?
I mean, I get a kick out of the fact that everybody, I mean, everywhere I go, people don't think that we need Kyrie or need Gordon Hayward. I mean, I have a much longer memory and remember how great those guys were and what an effort it took us to get them. And I also remember how great they are and how young they are still. So we need Gordon and Kyrie, absolutely need them. I mean, if this playoff run and all the series of the playoffs didn't show that, then I don't know what does. But we were able to win some games and we were able to fight through some tough battles. But yeah, we're much, much better with Kyrie and Gordon.
Was Kyrie at the game last night?
Kyrie was not. Kyrie had a like a septum, is that what's called? Yeah, like a surgery, a deviated septum. Had some surgery on that, and so he wasn't.
Nose, like
yes,
that, like, okay.
Yeah. So I don't think he wanted to be seen. He's a really good-looking guy. He can't ruin his movie career.
Did you
Let's
meet
take
I'm sorry, with those guys also, and how hard was it for both of them, do you think, just to have watched the playoff run and not be part of it?
Oh, I think it was really hard. I don't think that any of us can really understand. That never really happened to me as a player, so I'm not sure I understand, but I could see it in their eyes all year when Gordon was out. I mean, it hurts to not be able to play, and especially when the team's doing so well. And same thing with Kyrie. I mean, those guys would give anything to be out there and play, and I'm real excited about their motivation and how hard they've already been in their rehab, and I think that they're going to come back in great condition and great shape next year.
Danny, this roster is kind of poised to become pretty expensive in the coming years. I mean, how significant a factor is that for you beginning this summer when you have, you know, guys with contracts?
Well, you know, we hopefully will have an expensive roster, and I think that we've been managing the payroll pretty well up to this point, and we know that there's some really big, tough decisions going forward.
How able do you think you would be to match an offer from Marcus, or just sign Marcus?
Well, listen, you guys, we know that in Boston, our ownership group has been fantastic, and they've been very willing to pay for teams that have a chance. And I think that the way that our team played this year, the hope that there is, I think that will make it easier for them to step forward and realize the potential of this team and be willing to pay the money that we need to be as good as we can.
So you won't have to lobby ownership in terms of going all in for next year?
No, I mean, so, you know, I don't know what all in is, but there's certainly plateaus, and there's, you know, ridiculous spending, and there's responsible spending, and that's what we're trying to do, is be responsible.
Marcus Smart season, they talked about big picture, stepping back, and what he went through, how he did.
That was good, a clever big picture. That was good.
Thank you.
Other than the big picture in his bathroom in L.A., it was a pretty good year.
Oh, my God.
Just can't help it.
You still have your sense of humor after that tough loss.
No, Marcus had a terrific year for us, and you know, he brings a lot of the toughness to our team, and you know, his whole time here in Boston, he's been terrific.
Dan, you mentioned last summer and 11 new players wasn't really part of the plan, but it seemed like you did know that that team needed work to get farther. And is that fair, and is that different this year, that you think you could stand pat if necessary?
Yeah, so I think that you know, we're always trying to get better, and so when opportunities present themselves, you have to be ready, and we're prepared. But when I said it wasn't part of the change, was part of the plan, but not as big a change as ended up happening. As you guys know, the salary cap changed a significant amount for our planning purposes, and so just you have to be prepared for those changes and for those opportunities that arise.
Are you prepared to stand pat this summer, knowing what you're getting back?
Yeah.
Danny,
Yeah, actually, you know, we're not gonna do something unless it makes us better, and you know, that there's no guarantee that those deals are there.
What was it like to watch the growth of Jason Tatum start to finish this year?
Well, you know, so I don't really. So Jason was terrific. Everybody knows that. We knew Jason was a good player. I think coming into the year that Jason was probably projected to be a 20 to 25 minute a game guy off the bench, not put too much stress on a young kid's shoulders that early, let him come along slower. So he obviously exceeded everyone's expectations just with the opportunities with Gordon's injury. And but you know, I think that he's just scratching the surface. I think that, you know, he's got to get a lot better, both ends of the court. And what I like about Jason is he knows that, and he will work to get better.
Danny,
I'm excited about his future.
Some of the guys that came through talked about what training camp will be like next year, the battles for minutes and playing time. Do you like that? Does that excite you that these guys will be fighting for minutes, and do you worry at all about, you know, how guys kind of fit in with all the talent that's here?
Yeah, we're hoping for that problem. Yeah, that's exactly what we like. I mean, it's a long season. There's a lot of games. You need a deep bench, as we found out this year. I mean, we really needed some more bodies. Even strengthening the end of our roster is very important as well, because those guys would get opportunities to play. But we're looking forward to a good training camp next year, and got lots of competition. And like I said, I mean, guys have proven that they're NBA starting material in this league, and not just Jason, but Jalen had a fantastic year and a great improvement over his rookie year. Most of it was opportunity, but a lot of it was the hard work that he put in the off season, and the same goes with Rozier. Those guys got an opportunity, and they didn't just walk through that door; they ran through that door and proved that they're fantastic players.
Last question, Danny. How's Gordon doing, and what's kind of like a timeline for him this summer, and optimism about his progression as he moves forward for the rest of the summer?
Gordon is progressing well. He's on the court now, finally doing a little bit of competition, like just one-on-one. And that, you know, he'll progress along that line slowly, and we think that he'll be playing basketball in the next couple months.
Thank you, Danny.
Danny, does any of your, Aaron said he needed no surgeries. Any other guys need surgery? Are they all healthy? Do they make it out, or is there anybody that's going to need something fixed?
I think that I can't think of any. You could use some plastic surgery.
Me?
Among others, right?
On that note.
All right. See you later. Thank you.